In this video, I'm going to show you how to lose 2 pounds per week, and all you're going to need is a treadmill.
Now, before we get into the walking, we do need to cover some basics. Now, what we're trying to do is raise your TDEE. That is your total daily energy expenditure. It's basically how many calories or fuel you use on a day-to-day basis. And your TDEE is composed of a couple things. So first we have your BMR, that's your basal metabolic rate. That is how many calories your body burns just to make life happen. So if you were, let's say you never moved, right? But like your heart's beating, your brain's working, all that takes calories. That's the largest portion. But then we also have your NEAT, that's your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's things like fidgeting, any movement you're doing that you're not consciously making happen. Now, the thing that we can affect is going to be your active energy. This is going to be things like exercise, and that is what this walk-in is going to do. Once you're on that treadmill, you don't want to hit quick start. You want to take the time, hit manual. You want to put in your weight, your age, your height. That way the treadmill can give an estimate of what your BMR is. That way these calories won't be super off that you're burning on the treadmill. And then you have your two functions. We have your incline, and then we have your speed. As you hit those dials, it's going to tell you on the treadmill how many calories it believes you can burn in an hour at that rate. So I want you to pick settings that should get you to 500 calories in an hour. And then you just walk at whatever that incline is and at whatever that speed is. And of course, if you want to get it done quicker, then you can.
Now, something I like to do for the first 30 minutes is I like to make sure I'm in zone 2, and sometimes I'll dip into zone 3. Now, the way you can tell if you're in zone 2 is if you can talk like I can right now, but it's difficult. When you get to zone 3 is where it becomes difficult to get out full synthesis. So I'll dip back in between the two of them, and then for the rest of the duration, after that 30 minutes, I bring down the incline and I just walk it out. All right, guys, here's the end result. So it took me 46 minutes to burn 500 calories, and you can see what I did. I kept my speed here pretty stable until the end. I bumped it up a little bit. Now, where I made changes was with the incline. And this is what I make those adjustments to make sure I'm either in zone 2 or zone 3 going along my training. And then you can see at the very end, I took things pretty easy. All right, guys, that was just the first part, but we want to burn 2 pounds of fat per week. That's going to come from food. So we're about to hop in the car here, ride back to the loft, and then I'm going to show you what you do with your food. Woo! It is hot in here. What's going on? Say hi, Nova. Say hi, Nova. That's the wife over there. All right, let's talk about these calories.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, coach, if we want to lose 2 pounds per week, do we really have to dive into food? Why don't we just burn 1,000 calories per day on the treadmill? Well, you could do that, but if you don't have the second part right, many of you are just going to eat away those calories you burn. So we're going to head over to the computer, and I'm going to show you how to set your calories to ensure you're going to lose 2 pounds per week.
Okay, so this is how we're going to figure out how much food you need to be eating. So I want you to go into this website, tdeecalculator.net. That is your total daily energy expenditure, how many calories you are burning. So we have the website pulled up here. So you want to enter everything in. So I use the imperial system because I'm American. Now I'm a male. I'm 38 years old. I know, guys, I'm old. I'll be 39 this year. I'm 168 pounds at 5'8" or 9. I'll be conservative. Now, my actual activity is actually heavy, but you want to be conservative when you're starting off. It's always better to err on the side of caution, especially with calories. So I'm going to make it moderate. My body fat percentage, it's somewhere between 13 to 14%. Let's call it 14. We hit calculate, and then we get this number, which looks about right to me. Like, to maintain my weight, it's somewhere around here. So it says I need to eat 2,768 calories per day. Now, this is how you are going to burn that extra pound per week. You're going to subtract 500 from this number. All right. And this is what you need to understand. 1 pound is roughly 3,500 calories a week. So by subtracting 500 calories per day, all right, is going to give you that extra pound. And that's how we get this done.
All right, guys, now as we know, even if you get the math perfectly right, things don't always work out as you'd expect. So here's some things that you want to be able to troubleshoot for. NEAT, that's your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Basically, this is all non-conscious movement. So if you're, let's say, burning 500, 1,000 calories on that treadmill, your body may non-consciously make you move less in other areas. The way you troubleshoot through this is by having a daily step count. Look at what you're currently walking and make sure that number does not go down. That's going to help with that. Now, another thing is that as you lose weight, that number that we calculated over on the computer will change, because as you become a smaller person, the amount of calories that you need will go down. When I very first went into this current fat loss phase, I was eating over 3,000 calories per day. And you saw just earlier what my new maintenance calories are, and it's not 3,000. So you want to make sure that as your scale weight is dropping, you are readjusting what your calories are. That way you stay in a deficit. And that is it for today's video. I hope this was helpful. Now, if you're somebody who needs help along your weight loss or maybe muscle building journey, I am a coach. I've coached well over 1,000 people and I've helped them transform themselves, and I can help you do the same. So you can find me over on Facebook, that's Antoine D. Lindsay. Shoot me a direct message, I'll get back to you. You can find me on Instagram, it's the_modern_sapien. TikTok, it's the same. And of course, right here on YouTube, leave me a comment. I hope y'all are having an awesome day.